having an intimate relationship with this 16-year-old girl as well in 2023. And like I said, he was seen with many Hoovers, but he was in deep...
Sheesh, P4 admitted to sleeping with the little girl and putting her on a blade? Golly, what's the deal, y'all? It's Trapper tapping in 10 and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cracking the same here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's not good news you can use. It's not good knowledge though. You're not gonna get nobody's college though, big dog. Tap in with the tap in to make sure I'm in fact tapped in with that good. Tap in. Hit that like, hit that comment, hit that good subscribe button. Notification bell here. All say tapped in for the latest and the greatest of what we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that news you can use. It's the knowledge though. You're not gonna get in nobody's college though. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a good subscribe for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's the news you can use. Knowledge you ain't gonna get nobody's college, man. My man Rap News and Street Politics is going over this Hoover indictment with P4 from the Baby Stone Gorillas admitting to having physical and actual relationships with a minor, as well as putting her on a track. We're going to jump into this content on the further ado. Let's get into it. Let's gizzo. Rap News and Street Politics. Make sure you show bro some love.
Communication with Lady Duck. At one point in the audio recording in the Instagram message, P4K stated to Lady Duck that he pimps minors over the age of 16 and under the age of 18. He admitted it out of his own mouth in his own audio recording, allegedly. So all the bad shit people were saying about P4K, you know, when you had them charges, that's one thing. But now when you get this paperwork, it's a whole nother ball game when you got the discovery on somebody. It's not looking good for this dude, and it's not looking good for any of these defendants. They all look like the bad people. And we seen a clip of Smack from back on Fig speaking about the child trafficking on Fig.
What is we gonna do about the prostitution out there and these kids walking Figueroa? So, your kids gotta go to school and see this.
So let me just tell you, that's the issue that when we started in the 90s, we were dealing with as well. The difference is that the women, there were women that were on the streets then. Now they're girls. Yeah. That are on the street. Babies. Almost across the board, the girls are from the foster care system.
And you know, some people look at it in a way as if Smack was telling on the Hoovers, anything like that. My thing is, these is the bad people. Everybody in this case dealing with minors is bad. There's no way around it, no way to cut it. I feel like he spoke on what he had to speak on, not necessarily implementing any of his homies, but shining the light on these members dealing with little kids. So Lady Duck, after she had that 14-year-old girl, May 2024, they got her on a phone call with Info talking about the hood is hot right now, and he's specifically hot, and that they come into the hood to pick up these minors off the blade. And everything was well known and publicized between these members from Hoover. Now with P4K, what we all seen was when he was beating on that chick on the blade. We had it in our blood report card video, him whooping on the chick from the blade. That whole situation, the backstory of that is crazy. So Info, again, Naziz Harris, a flagrant offender in this case. He had a 17-year-old girl earlier this year in January 2025 working for him. P4K ended up knocking the 17-year-old girl and taking her back to Harris, and both of them made the female choose. The female ended up choosing P4K, and Info basically asked P4K if he can punch on the female, the 17-year-old girl, as an exit fee. P4K allowed him to punch on the girl and took the female to Fig. Now, of course, shortly after she hit Fig, she went back to Info and left P4K and got back down on the blade for Info. P4K ends up pulling back up on her, and that's where we see him beating on that female on the blade. That was a little girl.
So that was a little girl that he was whooping on the blade. Yeah, if all this is true, that boy P4 is out of here. He's donezo bagunzo for sure.
And of course, the feds seen that, and they also are alleging that that video was a scare tactic that P4K intentionally put on the internet to show his other females that they need to be obedient to his pimping.
Oh shit.
Hey, don't put me on no camera. Nigga, I'm coming hard about mine.
Eesh, and that's a little girl.
I'm coming hard about my bitch, nigga. Play with my bitch again, nigga. My
Now, the feds allege that all these dudes was targeting females that was, of course, in foster care, runaways, and females that just grew up around the blade and somewhat close to the lifestyle. And of course, they know they was dealing with minors, so they was providing fake IDs, and some kidnapping was involved. Now, like I said with Info, Naziz Harris, he was told multiple times by his homies that dealing with minors was dangerous. But again, not only was he trafficking these females, he's also beating on them. He was going around the hood telling people how the minors is snitching on him about him pistol whipping them. But he had another 17-year-old girl around that same time where P4K had knocked him for the other minor. And the feds are alleging that he was producing explicit content with this little girl, along with beating on her and getting her hooked on pills. And what blew this dude up, he take this little girl across country, end up getting stopped, and the folks find this pistol.
Damn, bro. So you got this little girl cross country, whooping on her and all kind of stuff like that. Like, bro, you niggas are treacherous, bro. You niggas deserve to get put under the jail. I ain't gonna lie. You niggas deserve to get put all the way under that motherfucking jail.
Tells this 17-year-old girl to take the charge for him. And of course, she snitches on him in Nebraska.
Jeez, of course she does.
Nebraska put out the human trafficking of a minor charge on him, and he goes down in March 2025. And after that, they still have him pimping over the jail phone to his feet back in California. But somebody he was in heavy communication with was Young Poke. Now, Young Poke is probably the worst person in this indictment in terms of allegations. Young Poke, real name Keandre Young. He started off with the 15-year-old girl, and then the feds allege that he starts having an intimate relationship with the 15-year-old girl, and then they uncover, again, explicit content between Young Poke and this little girl. Multiple pieces of content, though. Then he goes ahead and secures a 17-year-old girl and whoops her feet in front of everybody. And this is when his other little females, his adult females, are approaching him about dealing with minors. And he goes on to berate them about how the minors are bringing in more paper than them.
Wow. So your other feet told you about the young feet, and then you started breaking on the older feet for tripping on you about the young feet. Barnacles.
And then after all of that, he gets another 15-year-old girl. And this dude had the nerve to tell Info that dealing with minors was dangerous. And at one point, he threatened a 17-year-old girl with Lady Poke, saying he was going to have Lady Poke pull up and put them hands on her. But when the female tried to leave him, he goes on, ends up beating the girl and holding her hostage for 7 days straight. And the feds are alleging that he RAPE'd the chick as well, man. All bad dealing with these minors. And this is another reason why they say the gang banging and the pimping don't mix, man. These niggas went wild. They was doing too much. At one point, Info was in communication with Young Pope about one of his girls. The 17-year-old girl was saying that her head was hurt. Info asked her if she wanted to go to the hospital. She said no, because I'm not going to be able to explain these bruises on my face. Mind you, this is a kid. Now, Young Pope.
That's crazy that this little girl was like, I don't want to say smart enough not to say that, because it's not smart enough, because it's not whatever, but it's just like, sheesh, bro. Sheesh.
Also had another 16-year-old girl with him, and when the feds caught up to him, he had a screenshot of Department of Child Services trying to get in contact with her because he had gaffled her up. And they further glued him to the Enterprise when he recorded and posted when the Hoovers caught them dudes from Main Street slipping. And they had posted the video dissing the Main Streets and whooping on some shit. Now with Folo, aka Figure 4, he was on some whole other shit. Of course, the feds are alleging that they was in multiple states. Of course, Vegas is one of them, but they was at least...
And that's what makes it federal, right there. Doing this from state to state. You trafficking these girls from state to state and all this kind of stuff, sending them here and all that kind of stuff. That's what makes this federal. That right there.
Operating in 9 different states. Folo was out here training his females to have them sticky fingers. And everybody sees it that this situation happened because all these females is talking. The feds have made contact with all 24 of these victims clearly, and they all snitching. And when you putting these females in these bad positions, having them yanking the clients, They running and scared for their life. You having them taking gun charges. They gon' tell on your ass. But it said Figure 4 sent this chick to steal a Rolex, and when she came back, he punched her in the back of the head. Like I said, he was putting her in the line of fire, putting himself in the line of fire. And they alleged that he ripped her hair out. She pointed a gun at him, and he ended up breaking the female nose. Now, right before Lady Duck went down to
I know she was probably like, I should have smoked this ninja.
24, she already knew that the feds was on them. I don't know if it was because of the flocking, but she made multiple statements that spots were under investigation, including hers on 88. The people that rolled up there and they noticed somebody throwing a gun out of her house. They had a lot of people meeting up and a lot of the females on 88 as well. But I believe it's because they was making the spot hot. Dudes like J Money. The feds also alleged he was branding females with tatting his name on their face. But after the chick got his name tatted on the face, he ends up hitting the bitch with the car and told her no matter where she go, he gonna groove her ass. They was truly gorilla pimping out here, man, squeezing these females and these minors for everything they had. And then Matthew Brooks, Buddha, aka Vermont Star, the bad people. He also had himself a 17-year-old little girl on the blade, and he was beating on her. The feds got him allegedly stuffing the chick in the trunk and driving with her from Fig all the way to Riverside. And when they got to Riverside, he beat on her some more. Now,
yeah, see, all that is just, if all these things are true, you niggas deserve whatever the fuck happens to you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm trying to be politically correct about it and non-biased and all that. But if all this is true, oh yeah, you niggas deserve to get put under the jail, for sure. And whatever happens to you is just what happens to you. Because this is unacceptable for anyway. Despite the fact that this is somebody's daughter, little girl, you just doing this to a human in general. Yeah, all this is out. Like, none of this is acceptable behavior.
17-year-old female ended up getting pregnant by Vermont Star, telling him she got pregnant, and he kicked her in the stomach to where she started to bleed out of a specific place of her body. Y'all know what I'm saying? And then he proceeded to stab her in the leg with a pair of scissors. 17-year-old girl. Now, after this, he ends up shooting at the female, almost hitting her in the face, and he beat her again, chipping her tooth and knocking her braces loose. Now, on top of this, like I said, they was already patrolling Fig. I said people have to be sanctioned to play ball on Fig. He caught somebody that wasn't sanctioned with Info and Tiny 3. They robbed this dude, stole his car, and they took it to a chop shop and chopped it up. So like I said, the pimping and the gangbanging, they doing both. It really blew everything up, along with, of course, doing the nasty work, dealing with minors. Now, Tiny 3, like I said, he was with Gray on that move, but Tiny 3 was also tripping. T-John Gray, he was looking for some new feet, ended up pulling up on another 17-year-old girl fresh out of school at the bus stop. Jumps out on this female, pours some motor oil on her, and his homie come up and robbed the chick for the gold chain. Again.
Pour motor oil on her at the bus stop, a 17-year-old girl? A 17-year-old girl you niggas are running up on at the bus stop. 17-year-old girls. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
And a whole lot of playing with these minors brought them some unwanted attention. Tiny 3 also drove to San Bernardino's blade and tried to kidnap 2 females. He said they had them in the car, but some way the females had got loose. And they had Tommy Guns March of this year, right when that 6-0 indictment was popping off. He's on a jail call, locked up in LA County, pimping the females over the phone. This is how they built this whole situation on the Hoovers, man.
On the phone in the LA County jail, admitting to federal crimes. Man, you niggas are dumb.
They was doing a whole lot, and then on top of that, they hit them with the money laundering, playing with the paper on Apple Pay and Cash App, advertising the drug sales on social
For sure, gonna hit you with money laundering.
media. Also, talking about gun deals with they females. The females is snitching. Now they got the same guns that they said they was buying in the music videos and recording themselves beating on the females and posting it to social media. Social media is one of the main things that glued this indictment together on the Hoovers, man. Of course, like I said, 24 victims, 8 minors, a bunch of talking and telling, but you giving the people so much glue on Instagram. And y'all know with charges like these, the government has put a notice of requested detention. And for each one of these defendants, they got multiple reasons why they probably not gonna make bond. Number one, they requiring all the defendants to be present at their appearance, which is a no-brainer, but they also stating that there's a risk of safety for other people in the community. Those are the main two reasons for pretrial detention on all 11 defendants. The next one is going to give y'all some insight as to what it's looking like in terms of time being faced. The presumptions applicable to pretrial detention is everybody's facing an offense with 10 years or greater maximum penalty and committing a crime involving a minor. They're also stating that everybody's at risk of fleeing. You know, these are heavy charges. It's not looking good on this indictment, but that's the cost to playing with these little kids out here, man. Now, we know the Hoovers right now, they were starting to get a buzz, man. They had some motion at No Jumper. They formed a little rap group, but then everything went tragic on A-Trey Hood Day. We're not going to speak about that. And now this comes out about the Hoovers, man. As we see, the feds are still in the city. They not going nowhere. Y'all got to tighten it up with the social media and doing too much in the streets. But for everybody that was dealing with minors in this indictment, everybody's the bad people, allegedly. Again, these are all allegations, but man, y'all.
Yeah, but y'all, according to Baby Brave, for sure the bad peoples. We up out to the next one, man. Y'all know the deals. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free. I've been waiting until he's free. We gone.
Change the way you walk. Conversations in the bank will probably change the way you talk. I'ma always be right here and I will never leave you lonely. You can rest all of your fears cause I always got it on me. They took me from you once. You showed you was a rock. Speak on my demise, but the devil is a lie. Since blood sin and we only getting higher. See the love in your heart, but your eyes full of fire. See, I used to wonder about you, but I know now. It's Gucci bags when we land, how it go now. Real shit, a real bitch and make you slow down. I beat it up and take a break and go some more rounds and then we go some more rounds. It's gonna always be some rain, so the roads got umbrellas. I'm stressing with the homies in the town with them fellas. Gonna always take the pictures, I'll tell you when to post it. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. Gotta keep my eyes open. See, I started as a dealer, then I finished as a dealer. I could put you on the beach in the middle of the winter. You and Nina, sister wives, cause this shit can get tricky. Niggas frontin' like a killer, turn that bitch into Matilda. Stepping on these niggas and I came into a feet first. 12 on these Balenci's and these bitches make my feet hurt. Rich nigga problems every day, I live a movie. You could fight in H&M or you could ball with me and look. She asked for a hoodie, so I let her wear the Gucci. Next day when she left, I ain't tripping, she kept the Gucci. It tastes like food, I even had to lick my fingers. And that pussy so good, I had to save me some for later. Diamonds on your neck, see them dancing on your haters. And they talk from the bottom, but you up, you can't hear them. You taking all the pictures, I tell you when to post it. Pistol on me and I'm focused, you ain't tripping, you a hold it. Cause you know them niggas jealous. Yeah, you know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd die before she tell it. I went and got a bag by myself, they call me selfish. Gotta keep my eyes open, cause I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. Yeah, I know them niggas jealous. But baby, keep a secret, she'd